Playbox 64. Super Playbox 64.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Super Playbox 64, Episode 3. As always, I am Wonder Boy. Waiting on the other.
Oh, and Android.
Hello, guys.
Hi, I'm Pink Stuff.
And this is the podcast that will speak nothing but video games and the nerd alike. So we'll start it off by asking you, what are you playing right now?
Who's this directed towards? You just
He's looking at me.
It's really just directed
I mean, it's in any
anybody.
direction.
go ahead.
I don't know what to say
You always
because
go
I
first.
haven't been playing anything.
At all?
Well, I've played the Mass Effect demo like 9 times now. So I mean,
That
there's
counts?
Okay, so I'm going to assume, we'll just say Mass Effect 3 demo. I'm going to assume that you've played it all 3 ways,
yes.
and
Well, actually, what 3 ways? Because I've actually played each different like mode with each gender.
oh, okay.
So female, male. There's really no difference.
Well, I meant the different modes.
Whoa.
I'm assuming you like the traditional playstyle.
Yes,
The most.
RPG is the best.
Okay. Now, action. Explain the action mode again to me.
The action mode is basically where they take out any kind of conscious thought that you would have about the game that you would want to make, in the game. So instead of actually talking to people to decide your renegade or paragon actions, it just pretty much.
So what decides it? Is it like just pre?
Yep.
They just said this is what the story's going to be.
Yep. They just basically. I don't know if it picks it for you because they weren't the same on each one. Like one particular instance when I played through it on action, it picked like renegade for the first 2 sequences, but then the next time it picked paragon then renegade. So it kind of randomly picks which one you're going to say.
Maybe it just keeps your character balanced, or what's in best interest of the story. I'm assuming.
I'm assuming. I haven't
Okay.
seen anything substantial that would go towards one or the other.
I'll ask BioWare next time I see them.
Oh, you talk to them on a regular
It's
basis.
It's not a big deal.
Okay.
We're in contact.
Do you have any names you could drop, or
I could, but they want to maintain their
Old Beardy.
They want to maintain their
old beardy?
anonymity.
Okay. Okay, so Mass Effect 3 demo, loving it.
Yep.
What would you say is your favorite addition? I know it's just a
Addition,
demo.
what
but
do you mean?
Like as far as gameplay element, or
New things, best things. that are
aside,
just-
Well-
that's not in Mass Effect 2.
I mean, the graphics are kind of. I mean, they're definitely pumped up. I'm not sure I'm digging the whole blood action on them because when it seems like they get cut or real bruised or anything like that, almost seems like I think you said something one time where it just kind of looks like a paint splotch or something. One of you guys,
Which
told
is
me that.
weird because Dragon Age was the same way. Dragon Age's blood textures were terrible.
Yeah.
So
You do see a lot of that. Like no matter what, there's really not that great a blood.
Is his armor that
dynamics,
bad?
I guess. Well,
You'd
I
think
don't
the
know.
armor would be.
You only get to play. You only get to play for about 10 minutes with actual armor. The first 10 to 15 minutes of the demo, you don't have any armor. You're just kind of running around.
I remember.
With the armor, I mean, I haven't been to a sequence. I'm sure there's probably going to be something in the game where he's losing his armor or whatever like that, or it gets damaged. But they
Like in
haven't gone
Arkham
into
Asylum.
that.
Right.
So sweet in Arkham Asylum.
yep, and yeah, like the cape gets ripped, like from your
Yeah, you can still glide
yeah,
smooth.
right. I'll say as far as go for it.
Although I will say, whoever wants to play Mass Effect, if you kind of stick with what you're wanting. If you're more of a tech guy, stick with the tech all the way, even with the melee, because the best one is the Vanguard, the one that is mostly biotic, because that one just it not only just can kill more than one person at a time, but because he or she's going to be a biotic, it just kind of sends a blast that kills everyone around him, whether it be 1 or 3 people.
That's awesome.
It just does more than just one single blade.
Sweet. That's awesome. I think my favorite thing as far as Mass Effect 3 goes is the new trees.
Yeah.
Like the tech trees, your ability trees. They're awesome.
I thought you meant actual trees.
Yeah, like the
I'm
like the
like,
birds.
Well, they
They
do
added-
much.
they
They look
added new
much
trees?
better.
I was
They've got
agreeing.
more-
I was agreeing with you either way because the trees do look amazing in the
Yeah,
game.
they've got much more leaves. The
Check
foliage
out that
just
oak,
looks
man. The birch in this game is ridiculous.
I know. It's all recycled. Watch the History Channel on how they do that.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, have you played it at all?
Yeah, I liked it. I played it through. I played it on PS3 though, and there were some nasty frame rate issues. Terrible. The game is sweet. I really enjoyed all the new stuff. They're trying to. I can tell they're trying to maybe take a leaf out of the Uncharted book a little bit and make it a little bit more cinematic, and I like that. But the performance of the game itself was poor.
pure.
But the game's good. I can't wait to play it. But
Sweet.
the performance was suffering.
I've got a legitimate question for both of you when it comes to this, because it seems like it's been happening more lately. But does it not seem on demos or actual releases of fantastic games, there seem to have been more issues with PlayStation lately than Xbox?
I would say so.
Like with Elder Scrolls and now
Yep.
the Mass Effect demo.
There was no Elder Scrolls demo.
No, I'm saying with Mass Effect
Just the
or
game
the
itself.
Elder Scrolls as the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have. I don't have even an idea of why that would be. I know that for the longest time, and even lately, developers have said that it's easier to develop for the PC and the 360, though, way over the PS3. But I'm just gonna I'll chalk it up to that. But as far as BioWare goes, you've got no excuse. I mean, if it's running this terribly, it better be fixed by March 6th.
Take a look at it.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I have every confidence they'll fix it.
Right. I
was
played it.
just rough.
I played it on 360. I played it a couple times on 360. I played it on PC last night. Played it through, and some people are griping about like the animations when you're running, how it looks like he's
It's
running
funny.
on the outsides of his feet.
It
or
is
something
funny
like
the way
that,
he
but,
runs.
you know,
He
I don't
wiggles
pay
his whole torso.
Yeah,
like-
I just don't pay attention to that.
Well,
That's
just
not,
play as FemShep. She jiggles her ass.
Oh well.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It ran
I'm
flawless
okay
on
with,
both.
with male shepherd jiggling his ass.
Yeah.
Just saying, equal opportunity. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm with
Let's
you.
roll
on
with it.
Yeah.
that. I'd go both ways. It's fine.
If you want to turn the demo into something funny, just make an absolutely terrible character. I can't tell you how many hideous men and women I've created in that engine. I mean, give them the biggest nose, the biggest forehead, gangle their teeth a little bit. It's all
Gangle.
pretty good.
Is gangle a word?
Oh yeah,
Gangle.
I made
Gangle.
it.
Oh, Gangle came into the store today.
It sounds like a terrible Lord of the Rings type
And,
beast. Gangle.
I actually knew a guy who had.
The gangle of the north descendeth upon you. I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
Gangle.
to collect the curriculi.
Yeah. They're in league with the curriculi.
That's awesome.
We must summon the council. I don't know.
All right. So,
I currently have been playing Gotham City Imposters, which
Never
is
heard of it.
love it. I love it. It's the Batman thing.
give me your 90-second explanation of what Gotham
Okay.
City Imposters is.
It is a fast-paced first-person shooter. Are you timing this, by the way? I don't see any sort of time
It's in my head. I
telling
got
device.
a head clock.
Okay. Anyway, I fully trust and believe that.
It's a technical term.
Moving on.
You're counting down.
Yeah. Just a fast-paced
Time.
first-person shooter. It's got... Yes. Anyway, I'm enjoying the hell out of that. And also Zonotic on PC, which I want to go over later. It is a
Cool.
free-to-play first-person shooter, arena-style death orgy. So
I'm okay with that.
we'll go back to that in a bit.
All right. So what about
What about you, dog? What have you been playing?
me? I have been playing some Kingdoms of Amalur, and I enjoy it. I will say I don't care about. I've talked to other people, and they have the same gripes that I have, but I don't like every person you talk to. They'll have 18 different things to say to you, but I really don't give a shit what because none of those things open up extra missions or anything. It's just like, oh, the Fae, they're this, and we just don't like them. I don't know. It's just it's a waste of time. Yep. It is racism.
Yep.
But the combat in that game is absolutely phenomenal. They've
I'll agree with
got
that.
9 different weapons, I think, and they all feel and handle differently. So I really enjoy that. I think that's all I've really been. I'm playing back through Mass Effect 2 right now to get my my game save ready for Mass Effect 3. Kingdoms. That's really the only thing I played.
Did you guys see the Mass Effect Genesis that they have? That's available on PSN and Xbox. It was available on PSN long before Xbox
Oh,
Live.
right, yeah.
Genesis.
What
is it? Yeah.
Genesis is where you can download, that basically interactive almost comic
First game.
to figure out what to do from the first game to carry over to your second one.
So you don't have to play the first one at all.
Okay.
And
It's so much easier.
Apparently, I read somewhere that they're going to be including that on most of the first edition copies of Mass Effect 3 that get out there.
They did that with Mass Effect 2. If you bought it on PS3, you
So
got that
like
for
a
free.
digital comic for Mass Effect 2 decisions then?
Like apparently 1 and 2 decisions. Now,
That's awesome.
I don't know
That's
if
the
they'll
best
just
way to
give you
do it.
2 and say, okay, well here, spend $4 on downloading, Genesis.
Well, I didn't realize that you could even get that on Xbox 360
They
until
added
today.
it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, they added
I
it
didn't realize
later.
that until today. I was talking to somebody else, and they said that I was on there. It was only like $3 or $4 or something like
It's
that.
worth it, just so you don't have to deal with
Yeah,
the
so you don't
first
have to play 20 hours of it. You still get the gist of it.
It's not really going to ruin anything for you, but just one more thing.
Just so you know, everyone dies at the end.
Yeah, everyone dies at the end.
It's not going to ruin
No
anything.
spoilers.
It's not a spoiler.
No spoilers.
In that new trailer that they had, though, the coolest thing about that whole trailer, like there's a lot of awesome scenes in it, but my favorite one is you actually see those hammerheads, those hover tanks, and you see the original rover that you had on the first game.
Oh, awesome.
They both roll out at the same time, and there's like a bunch of soldiers behind them. So I
That's
don't know.
sweet.
I don't know how that plays out if you're going to have, like, if you get to command a certain amount of forces or whatever. But
I
it
only
looks
had
really
one
cool.
one problem with the trailer. It's not 2012. There was no dubstep. I don't understand. I didn't understand why there wasn't. So
I don't know.
They
Maybe
need to fix
BioWare's
that.
taking a different lead on this, and they just kind of want to set themselves apart from the crowd.
well,
They did
I
a
don't
great
know.
job.
Inexcusable.
What are we talking about? I'm confused.
Dubstep,
It's in everything.
everything.
What's
Syndicate?
Dubstep?
Remember the
Syndicate trailer.
Syndicate
I will
trailer?
admit that it works with Syndicate, and it's awesome.
It
with
does really
Syndicate.
work on that trailer.
That, the full length trailer where they're like, "This is what you are," and it's just like being born and stuff. Holy crap!
The old
it looks awesome.
There was an older Uncharted trailer
with-
that had dubstep
yeah.
in it. That doesn't make sense to me at all because that game doesn't.
No, it doesn't work.
Could one of you give me an example of dubstep?
Do it.
Uh,
I'm
do
looking
one.
mostly at you.
Did it earlier. He did it pretty well.
I
Do it for
There you
So
go.
that's
That
some
all
dubstep.
sounds amazing.
That's what it sounds like.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Don't fuck my ass.
You don't, and what neither do I.
Were you making a general statement like you don't fuck?
my ass.
But I was gonna say something else.
Sounded
You're
a little bit
reassuring
more-
yourself.
it sounded a
Like
little
someone's
more
asking you
defensive.
to, and you're like, "No, I don't.
Remember?
I won't." It's a Dr. Seuss poem.
I don't remember what it was. It had to do with Mass Effect, but you know what? I don't remember what it was though.
Super Playbox 64. Super Playbox 64. Super Playbox 64.
But I'll tell you what's having an effect on me.
A massive effect?
A massive effect is the release of the Vita, just 2 days away. By the time most people listen to this, it'll already be out. I myself will be getting it. I didn't get the early bundle because I don't care to spend the extra money on shit that I don't want. However, I will be picking mine up at midnight tomorrow night.
So Will Pink Stuff, he'll be there.
As will
That's
Pink
me.
Stuff.
I will not be.
Yes, Android
Now-
is Vitoless.
Now, I will
Without
ask,
Vita.
I know you bought PSP when it first came out, and you
Yes.
enjoyed it thoroughly. Is there a reason, aside from money, let's just say if you had the money, or if you had the extra money right now, would you be buying it? I know you spent on other gaming needs and other collecting needs, but
Well, 3DS, right? You just picked
Right,
up one
you
of
got
those.
the
I got
3DS.
that at Christmas though.
that was that was a while back.
That's
Well-
old news.
I mean, like, I have the money to get it right now. It's saved, but mostly because I don't know what's going to happen, so I like to save my money.
Nope, I get you.
But at the same time, like, when PSP first came out, a buddy of mine had it in class, because I was still in high school when it came out, and he showed me Untold Legends, and I had to have it.
Of
At the
course.
time, I didn't have apartment children and crap that I didn't have to worry about, so it's like, oh yeah, let's just get it, for the hell of it.
I did the same
get-
thing,
yeah.
exactly.
And
Star Wars Battlefront.
yeah,
Oh, so-
and I had Star Wars Battlefront. I
so
think I had the
excellent.
Renegade Squadron.
The one before, 2 is better. but
Elite
yeah, go on.
Squadron.
No,
What's
it was
the
Renegades. There was
Renegade Squadron.
There's an Elite one too. What is that one?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the
Elite
third
Squadron.
one. Yeah, there's
Okay.
3 of them on that. There's 3 of them
okay.
on this.
Yeah, but
Go
anyway,
on, go
I'm
on.
sorry. I'm getting off the tangent.
So I mean, I
My
got
fault.
that just because it looked awesome, and at the same time, we could both screw around in class and pretty much just, because you were able to play with each other. You just joined the
Ad hoc.
network or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you were good to go. But I'm just not seeing anything on PlayStation Vita that I have to have.
Okay.
And I
That
feel
makes
like
sense.
if I, because they said, in Japan or whatever, the 3G model dropped in price, and they have
Did it?
we have a holiday bundle. Most places have holiday bundles of some sort. I feel
There'll
like
be
I just-
some. Yeah, if you wait, you'll get something.
Yep.
and I just
Different
feel-
color, whatever.
I just can't wait. The thing is, I just
Well,
can't wait.
and Sony's really good about releasing things that I really want after I've gotten something else. Like, I would have loved to have had a red and black PSP.
Yeah.
Kratos.
I'm sure other females that play it would have
This is
loved
why
to
I
have
have
a
4
lavender
PSPs.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
is
have
why
4
you
of
have it.
them. So
Yep.
And I just don't want to deal with that again. So.
I get that. That makes sense.
just okay. Here's my question: what would it take? Like, what's the one thing they would announce?
Okay.
And you'd turn around tomorrow and say, "Give me the Vita, please."
Awesome question.
Fallout.
I knew it.
Yeah. If they
that's
made
what
any
it's
kind
gonna
of
say, too.
Fallout, like if they made
What if they ported Fallout 3?
Oh hell yeah!
Let me ask
See,
you
oh,
this.
God, yeah.
Let me ask you this. What if they just ported Fallout 1, 2, and
Brotherhood.
was it Brotherhood?
There was Tactics. And
Tactics was
Brotherhood.
the other one I was thinking. What if they ported those in high res?
Yes.
Okay.
But my biggest thing is, and this would really sell the Vita for me, because I love how they're doing it, where you can play your game on your Vita, transfer it back over to PS3 and play it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a very awesome functionality. And if they did that with Fallout, like to where I could take it anywhere, I mean, that 600 hours at home would probably turn into 1,200 hours everywhere.
Yeah.
Just because that would be fantastic. And
Yep.
if they made it to where, I would think the Vita would make it a lot easier for them to make a Fallout, even a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Sure.
I think
if
that
nothing, back to our Skyrim talk, if nothing other than trading items,
Yeah.
Right.
seriously, or like imagine if I could give you a map that shows where stuff is. Like all I would do would just give you a map that says,
Right.
if you go here, you'll get this.
Yep.
That
Well,
would be excellent.
And with like the new on Vita, they've got that
Nier?
that Nier
so
feature.
perfect. Do it,
and
please.
Nier does multiple things. One thing that I really enjoyed was that like if I've got mine, Pink Stuff's got his. If when you get one eventually, if we're in the vicinity of each other, if we weren't already on each other's friends list, if you allow it, it'll show your tag. And then I can add you,
Just 'cause
and we
you're
can play games
physically near
together
each
just
other.
because we're near each other.
In the real world.
But then the same thing can happen is you can give not in-game items, but things that have to do with that game.
Yeah.
So,
And you see, if they did that in Fallout, or I would even, I would think this would be awesome too, just because the Wii U's coming out, and we've all seen that weird-ass controller.
Yep.
But I would think it would be even awesome if you could if they create a Fallout game that interacted with the Vita at the same time as the PS3, like
Yeah.
turned your Vita into a Pip-Boy to where you could
Heck
better
yeah.
manage your stuff.
That's a great
yeah,
idea.
it is a really good idea. And Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, if you own it on PS3
This is
and you
awesome
own it on
too,
Vita,
yeah.
you can the touchscreen. You can make it to where like similar to the Street Fighter on 3DS, where you could just hit
Just
a button,
touch,
hit one of the screen on the screen. It would have 4
Do a
quadrants.
combo for you. In
Yeah,
case it was
would
one you
just
couldn't do, it was
one.
too
Yep,
hard or
and you could
whatever.
do that with Ultimate Marvel vs.
It's kind of
Capcom.
cheating, but it's also kind of awesome.
Yeah.
If they
Yep.
did that, and if they did that with something like a Fallout or even some kind of Mass Effect,
Yeah, imagine
it
they port the whole
basically-
trilogy to Vita.
Yeah,
Your
or
life's
any
over.
any kind of really any kind of
Forget about it.
RPG. I would
Yeah,
do
this is my
Yep.
thing on the Vita. Like, it. We always think about, what would the next game be? What would it be if it was, how could it be better? What would it have to do to make us want to buy it? And then you think, well, all right, take all those great things you just thought of, and then put it on the Vita. It's instantly better,
Right.
Because it's on the Vita.
Yep.
It's just
Yeah.
just because of that.
Well, and the social aspects and all that stuff, it just the whole thought of Nier, that's awesome because I like the fact that now if I'm in Litchfield, I don't care about Litchfield so much. Everybody knows everybody here, for the most part. In town.
Everybody,
pooping.
Everybody. Okay, so I don't care so much about that. But like if I were living in a big city, how awesome would it be to be like, oh, there's a guy in this same building as me
somewhere.
playing this same game, dude. Oh, we could, I can send him a message and be like, hey, you want to play, Wipeout against each other, or
And he's a
whatever it
stalker
is.
And he kills you.
Right. And, maybe he just comes down
Could
for a
be
couple
good.
drinks and one
No,
thing leads to
leads
another.
Sorry, I'm jerking off my
Good
tongue.
chow.
Hold on.
That's all right.
Left it in there a little too long, I think.
But one thing as far as he said something about an RPG. I think one thing that's once it gets closer and they start announcing more things, Warrior's Lair is something you.
It looks great. It does look good.
because aside
it
from
looks just like Untold Legends.
yeah,
Does it?
but
looks
but
just
better.
like that. But better. But you have a lair,
that you
That's-
build
that's
up.
the name.
Like stuff you do in the game.
and then when I'm offline, you can attack my lair.
Get his shit.
And it's kind of like tower defense at that point, and it does it on its own though. It defends on its own, and then I can attack yours. At this, when I get back online, I can rebuild my shit that you destroyed.
So like maybe you could get items in there and then like have them on the Nier and be like, this person has this person's whatever
Yeah.
golden cup. I don't know, whatever
How
thing
cool
they
would
take.
that be?
Yeah, that
Like-
would be excellent. And you can see who you've stolen from.
Right.
And then like if you see that they've stolen some from you, or like I'm sure it'll give you a message. You go after them. I used to play a game on. It was a browser-based, text-based, sort of like those Zynga games. It was called Drug Runners, and it would just give you text, and it would say you have this much money, you can spend it on this, and you grow drugs, whatever, blah blah blah. It's about that kind of mafia type stuff.
You don't grow drugs; you process them.
Well, you do in this, okay? And then you would get offline, and somebody would take all your stuff, but you could find out who they were. And if you were in a gang, you could say, "This person
Which I
just
am.
stole from me, and we need to hit this guy really bad." And like that, nothing felt better than just ruining a guy.
Cocaine
and,
comes
and you
from
can check
cocaine
it.
trees.
You could check their rating and like just see the rating drop when all your guys are ruining. It's so awesome. It was a good game.
Awesome.
And that kind of thing would work really well.
Yep.
On a
I
mobile
agree.
Vita.
What else I think would be kind of cool, and again, coming from my economic standpoint when it comes to these RPGs, but like if they took something with Vita, even if you couldn't use it as, say, a Pip-Boy or something, an actual controller for the PlayStation 3, what I think would be cool is if they opened it up to where you could have like your own shop of items that you don't want, because I'm always selling my stuff that I never
Nier
want.
you can sell them through Nier.
And Nier would be a perfect way to do that.
Yeah.
Like you have your own shop, and when you walk up to someone, you can physically walk, or you can virtually walk into their store and see exactly what they have.
You can arrange the store, like kind of
Hell
like
yeah,
integrate with
multiplayer
PlayStation
game
Home.
like that. Hell yeah.
Even set your own prices on stuff. Obviously, if
That's
you're
excellent.
if you're 30
Good
hours
call.
ahead of the game and you've got something absolutely amazing weapon wise, and someone's
at that
willing
point-
to pay,
And if it's a
At that
game where you can
point-
craft your own weapons or something, like
Yeah.
it would have like your name on it and like whatever you put. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. And at that point, it would be similar to like an MMO, but
Real life,
much
almost.
more interactive. Yeah. Like,
an actual
man,
open
that's
world
really
MMO.
really-
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, that is something that had not occurred to me, and it's funny that you're the one not getting one. That's really,
Yeah.
that's great. That's awesome.
And you see, that's
it's a
why
great idea.
Somebody will do that.
Yeah.
And you see, that's why I don't want to get one right now, because I keep thinking of these certain things that I'd like to see in it, and I'm afraid that if I just get it, and not that there's not amazing games. Obviously, Uncharted looks good. I would kind of like to play Wipeout myself.
The longer you wait, the better it'll be.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I want to see what all. I mean, it's still brand new, and lately I've been kind of burned on when I get stuff brand new, and then
Well,
there's-
if you wait, think about it. If you wait until this time next year, what's going to be out?
Maybe a price drop.
And maybe a price
Different-
drop,
maybe
probably
a different
price
model,
drop,
you never know.
Or and then think about the games now that he does want to play. He wants to play
all be
Uncharted. He
cheap.
wants to play Wipeout. Yeah, it's all going to be cheap. So
well, and not only that too. I mean, E3's 4 months away,
Yeah.
not even
Yeah.
3
You
months.
know that Sony has to concentrate on the Vita during the E3 and,
yeah,
and whatnot
Kaz,
because
Kaz says no PS4.
well, yeah, if they just can't. They have to focus on the Vita right now.
Yep.
And we need software. So we don't have the PS3 problem of for the first 2 years there not being anything for it.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to let that happen.
Yep. I agree.
If they come back and say we're going to start using the Vita more with the PS3, and improving on that functionality, I think I'll probably get one later on in the holiday season again.
Right.
But if they're just saying, oh well, here's some more awesome games for it, exclusive to the PSP. If I don't care about it, I'm not going to care.
That's another thing. A lot of these games, what we're hoping is that when you buy the Vita version, you'll get a PS3 version. Like with Warrior's Lair, isn't that how it is?
Yeah, you buy it on PS3. You can play you get the PS Vita version is for free. Yeah.
So I guess they put that just like in the actual game now, just because
guess.
it's
Well, I'm
such
wondering.
a small cartridge.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how that's going to work.
does
I'm
that work?
guessing that you could just buy the game and maybe you get a digital code.
It'll have to be.
It
or
will-
you link it to your account and then you can just download it. I don't know.
Because your account will be on both systems.
Because how would we trade that in?
Yeah.
That'd be like selling two games essentially.
right.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know.
So-
But they also won't lose anything that way though.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I think that would be great.
Yep.
And if more, or even just offer a discount. Say you can buy the PS3 version for 60, you can buy the Vita version for 40, or you can pay 70, 75, maybe 80 and get both.
Right. And I'm okay with that. Like, and I want to see that more because, like, for me personally, I know I've talked to you multiple times about it. MLB,
Yep,
I buy
exactly.
every single year, and I don't feel cheated for buying it every single year, even though it is a sports game. And if I'm gonna buy it on PS3, I would love to have a mobile version, but I don't want to spend $60 on a PS3 version and then another $40 on a $100 into that game. I don't want to do that, even though I'll spend plenty of time playing it.
I don't see why they don't offer you some kind of discount or something like that, even if it doesn't come with the game. Like, hey, for buying the PS3 version, try out Vita, 20%, 30% off.
We've
something
yet
like
to
that.
see how that's really going to work. A lot of the launch titles, won't have that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I think henceforth, anything that's getting developed, they'll probably look at PS3 pretty closely since it's such a similar, at least graphic-wise and controller. Everything's the same pretty much. I mean, why not develop it for both? Maximize your profit.
Right. Yeah, because even though you don't have like your L2 or your R2, you've got a
The
front
touch.
screen and you got a back screen. Yep.
I'm curious to see if they'll have some kind of like. I could see them coming out with some amazing game, like some kind of Metal Gear Solid, where you can play it on the PS3 and the PlayStation Vita. Not Rising.
Right.
Not Rising. I just want to make that clear. But, like they make a Metal Gear Solid type-ish game, and they bundle a Vita, PS3, and that game, and the Vita version game all together.
That's kind of what they were going for with the Metal Gear Collection.
Is that what they're doing?
With the transferring, you can play your game on the PS3 version and then continue it on the PSP version anywhere, and then come back and it'll just transfer the data back, and you can start playing again from your PS3. You can do that now.
I mean, like selling, this holiday they'll have a PlayStation Vita, PS3.
It'll be both.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
because
really good idea.
Those are only going to keep going down. We sold them for $200 for during Christmas on Black Friday or whatever.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, I'll ask this question as far as you go, Pink Stuff. If you had to pick one feature that you were looking forward to the most, which feature is it?
As for something they've announced, or what do you mean? Or just something I hope that happens?
It's just anything about it.
I'm interested to see a lot of the what applications they can come up with, especially the augmented reality. I'm very interested in that. There's something about the augmented reality that just gets me so excited.
I get you.
I can tell.
I watched that the diving
right
video. Yeah, it's huge, raging. But I watched the video of this game. I forgot what it's called. It's something diver. You set up the two cards.
Loading Steen.
Yeah, that's what it is. You set up the two cards, and one of them is the diving board, and the other one is a pool, and the augmented reality thing. And they'll show up on anywhere you put it on your table or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's neat and all. And then in the video, the guy's like, oh, what we're going to do is we're going to put the board on a higher plane. I'm going to put this box on the table, and now look how much higher the board is. But the game takes it into account, and so he dives farther. But it makes me feel like a kid again playing with my action figures. What can I make it do?
That's cool.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun. Just mess around with.
I get that.
Yeah,
no, that's cool. Yeah, it's got that cool factor.
Yeah.
But I mean, it always only lasts so long.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess.
But it's a fun toy that I'm interested to see some of the cool stuff they can come up with. There's a lot of attempts at that, on the DSi with the ghost hunting game. I don't know what it was called, but you could go around your house or whatever, and it would be a ghost would pop up, and you have to fight it or capture it, or I have no idea.
Right.
But that kind of thing, but with better graphics, with all the touch and everything, I think it could be excellent. We could have a Pokemon style game that uses that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yep, I agree.
You could use it in a real game. Monster Rancher style, dog.
Yep.
Get all your CDs out and see what monster it gives you. The best thing ever.
That'd be awesome. If I had to choose one, I think mine is that location based. Finding
Very
new
excited
people,
about
being able to trade. I think it's just I think they're just referring to avatar items and things like that, which I'm okay with. I'm fine with that.
T-shirt for your guy.
It's just neat. It's really neat. And I know that they still put quite a bit of money into PlayStation Home on PS3. I'm anxious to see if they do anything with PlayStation Home on the Vita.
I have heard a lot of rumors that Home's getting redesigned and whatever, so they'd really be silly not to add Home. Because honestly, doesn't it seem like Home works a little better on Vita? Just think about it. I think I would use Home a hell of a lot more if it were on Vita.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah, there's just not, when I'm sitting down on my console, I want to play a console game. I don't want to sit there. That stuff that you do in PlayStation. Have you messed with PlayStation Home at all?
Very, very small amounts of time have I messed with it.
The type of stuff that you do there would mean more on a handheld device. Even if I'm sitting in the house in front of my TV, it makes more sense to do some of that stuff on my handheld.
We could meet at the bowling alley.
Yep.
All have our Vitas.
Yep.
We could really meet at the bowling alley in real life.
Yep.
All have our Vitas, and then meet at the PlayStation Home bowling alley while we're at the real life bowling alley, and wait in line in both the digital and the real world, and then maybe we'll get a game.
This sounds outstanding.
It's going to be excellent.
So you're basically trying to ensure that someone in some dimensions playing bowling
somewhere.
So you're covering your real basis and your virtual basis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yep.
Okay, for you, Wonder Boy.
Yes.
What game? Or say you. Well, I guess this question doesn't work for you. I was going to say you're getting a Vita, but I was going to ask you the same question I asked him. What game
if I
for
wasn't,
you
though,
is the killer app for Vita? What is it?
Does it have to be a launch
just your
title,
fantasy?
or
Just what's your fantasy Vita game?
My fantasy Vita game. Man, I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it.
Kind of tough on the spot, I know.
my fantasy Vita game is anything Resident Evil.
Okay.
To be honest, it would be like, you can give me Resident Evil 6 if you want. I don't know. Just no. You know what?
Are you thinking like a Vita, like a Vita specific?
Yeah, I want a
specific.
Yeah, I want a
cooperative
specific
play.
Like, because I've played. You know what? And I should have said this because I have been playing it. Resident Evil Revelations on 3DS, and I absolutely adore it. I would love to see a Vita specific. You know, put it somewhere in the timeline. Obviously, give me some new characters if you want to throw some new characters. But a Resident Evil on the Vita would be absolutely outstanding, especially now with 2 sticks. I know with Resident Evil 6, they're going to be going towards the Dead Space, quote-unquote, style of moving it and firing. They've got, like, the cover system now.
Rolling. I saw rolling.
You can roll out.
You roll in.
So it's not a big deal. But, yeah, I think Resident Evil would be my killer app.
What would it be called on Vita?
Resident Evil Revitalations. Revitalations, but
Revitalize.
Revitalize. Not really though, because that's an actual.
How would they say it in the menu?
Resident Evil
Revitalize.
Revitalize. He would mess up that many times.
What does it say?
What are you buying?
What are you selling? Hello, stranger.
So yeah, I think it would have to be Resident Evil, but I'm biased because I've loved Resident Evil for the longest time. So
I'd also probably get a Vita if they made a Dead Space game for
Ooh,
it specifically.
yeah.
Just mainly
That'd be
because
excellent.
Ashley would love to have it. You know.
Yep.
I think Dead Space for me is one of my favorite franchises.
But
yeah.
But here's one that I got you both on because I know you both love this game too. What if they found a way to use Vita with Borderlands?
Oh fuck,
dude! You just blew my mind because that has not occurred to me.
Nope. I didn't think about it either, and to be honest, you might as well.
You could transfer your character, right, between PS3,
I'll have to
Vita. You could play from anywhere.
give up any thoughts of ever getting
That
married.
is
Coraline's going to have to grow up without a father, and
That's a great idea.
What if you
call
could
it a
take
day.
your Vita, say you were coming over here, you know, and you had your character on it or whatever,
right?
and there's really nothing special about it, but you could join his game by actually just having your Vita in the room.
That would be badass, like ad hoc, essentially.
Well, but
he
I
doesn't-
could be playing on my PS3, and you could be on the Vita.
Exactly.
That's another thing I was thinking about.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sometimes I have people over and we do like a little LAN PS3 gaming. We play online and everything, but they all have to lug their systems over here. They bring TVs. It's a big mess. A lot of times people don't want to deal with it.
Right.
If everyone just brings a Vita, we get the same experience.
Hell
but
yeah.
just handheld, and there's nothing to carry. I mean,
Right.
just your Vita and your balls.
Well, and like you know, in Japan, the PSP, which is still actually is selling better than the Vita over there. But
People do that over there.
Monster Hunter games like
The
that.
Monster Hunter, I've seen a thing where they have Monster Hunter Weekend.
Yep.
Where like you pay this package deal, they take you on a bus, you go to a cabin with other people that like Monster Hunter, and they give you food, and you just play Monster Hunter all
Fucking
weekend.
A, dude. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that kind of stuff.
For Borderlands, that'd be excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, but Borderlands is amazing. That's a great idea. Thank
Yeah.
you for that.
And really, with that cell shading, I mean, you know,
It would
just
look- it would look
technology, the
great.
cell shading would
Yeah.
be easy to do on that kind of system because you can down-res easily and still have an
Still
awesome
look
art
great.
style. Yep.
I think it'd be even cooler too if they somehow made it. I mean, the dynamics of how to do this would be far, far beyond me. But like if you walked into the room and then like you joined his game like you've done it before, like it literally just shows you out of nowhere running to his aid. Like you didn't
Yeah.
actually have to join. It's just a message pops up and says, "Oh, Wonder Boy Jones is just
Hello?
joined the game."
I'm over
and then
here.
You just start blasting like you just.
That's kind of how it is in the
materialize
original
out of-
Borderlands.
That's
Right.
awesome.
I love that. Because like it's kind of like spawns you kind of far away, and it's where are you? I'm running. And
Oh, really?
See little legs.
See, I've
running.
only played it single player.
It's awesome.
I've only
We
ever
played it together.
Oh, I lied. Yep.
We only played it for like an hour,
Yeah.
and we were a little drunk, or at least I was.
Yeah. You were, for sure.
Oh man.
I hadn't drank anything. I had a glass of milk earlier, though, warm, so I was feeling it too. But
Wow.
okay. Same question to you then. Fantasy. Keep it realistic, though. What's your number one game? Or not even a game. Just, we're talking about like the possibilities of like the technology that's in it.
Mm-hmm.
What's a feature that would be fantasy, but you would absolutely love to see?
One feature that I've loved on PS3 was how in Unreal Tournament 3 you could use user-generated content, mods and such. And I don't know, I've always felt like it would be great to have that in the consoles, but usually they're they're not against, they're against that. They want you to pay for everything and
Yep.
whatever. But I think as far as like multiplayer gaming, I think like user generated maps, user generated modes. I mean, that'd be perfect.
Yep.
Endless possibility. I mean, maybe do it within the context of the game, like just add map builders. That used to happen in a lot of the games. Where did those go?
DLC.
Think about it though. Like Tony Hawk, build your own skate park.
Yep.
George Lucas. I don't know why he was here for that, but you know what I mean. Why not have that? Build your own map. I mean, you could get some excellent things out of it. It wouldn't have to be that hard. I've been playing, old school type arena shooters lately, and put one of these on the Vita, unlimited maps.
Yep.
I mean, I'd be good to go.
Yep. Well, and like I think of, oh man, I just had an awesome. When we were talking about the user generated. Oh, like Infamous 2. I mean, they did it.
The missions are good. There's some really good
you can
ones.
do some of the missions, and you can rate them and all that stuff. So I don't understand. I guess maybe for an indie game, or air quotes, indie like Nexius that's coming out.
So excited
for Xbox Live Arcade and PSN. Something like that would really do well and benefit.
The
from
community
it
would keep going forever
because there's not a lot of people that know about it right now.
Yeah, it would really help.
And with those fast-paced shooters, I think you really need variety. You can't have the same maps over and over again.
Yep.
Were you going to say something?
A thought. I just had a thought in my head.
Let's hear it.
I was just listening to all of us talk about this. I was just thinking about how long it's actually going to take for Microsoft to sit by while all these amazing handhelds are out.
I don't know if is there a place?
I don't think so. And the only reason I say that is because they still dominate the console market. Now, I will say Wii is still the best-selling console.
Yeah.
Not right now, but
overall,
from when it came out, overall, the Wii is still the best-selling console.
The price and it's got Mario on it.
But now the Xbox 360 is selling so much. I don't think they feel they need to. They got Windows 8. Both the operating system and the phones, the new phone operating system coming out later this year. So I really don't. I would love to see another handheld just to add some ideas and competition. But realistically, I don't think Microsoft will do it just because there's so many people that speculate that do we really need handheld dedicated gaming devices? I believe as a core gamer, I believe yes we do, because phones. I've got an iPhone 4S. Yes, I love Jetpack Joyride. I love Plants vs. Zombies on there. I like Peggle, stuff like that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I mean, they're real games, but they're not serious.
But I want to play Dead Space. I want to play baseball. I want to play these core games. You can't do that on a phone. Now, Dead Space on the iOS.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's still not the same.
No, it isn't the same. But they did a great job in their own right. But it's just not gonna. Doesn't meet what I want.
You said meat.
And what I want
is meat.
What I want is that console. The console experience in my hand.
Every word just got better.
Yes, it did. I want it in my hand. So, and I think I think the Vita is really going to deliver on that. I really do. I've only played with it for about an hour and a half.
More than me.
0.
More than me. I played for what? I played with it for a half hour, 45 minutes. But Marvel vs. Capcom blew me away. The thing is, you don't expect the graphics to be that good.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
Yep.
Because you see videos online, you're like, yeah, it looks like that, fine. But then you see it in person.
It doesn't do it justice at all.
Is phenomenal.
I just want to put it in people's hands and let them play with it.
Yes. Don't need to say anything.
Please do. Please do.
I played Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. I really want it. Is it going to be day one? I'm not sure.
It'll go
I'm still debating because,
like
you said, I think it is going to go on sale. Plus, I'm buying Mortal Kombat for sure.
Ditto.
And I don't need 2 fighting games. I'm definitely going to buy March 6th. I'm going to buy
Unit 13?
Unit 13 and baseball. I'm going to buy both of those. Unit 13. Some people are griping because it doesn't have an actual campaign. I'm using air quotes again.
What does it do? Like a Left 4 Dead style?
It's do missions? Yeah, similar.
What? It's a mobile game.
That's what I said. It makes more sense in that aspect. Where if it's just missions where we're competing against each other to get better scores, That's how it should be, I think.
Well, and I don't think people realize that typically when you have these sort of things, it's in other places other than your home, where you have to focus on other things. You have to focus making sure someone doesn't steal your wallet or shut that baby up, stuff like that. So I mean, not a lot of people are going to care about that kind of stuff when it comes to portable.
Yep.
I mean, I like a good story-driven experience for when I'm on vacation or something. I like a good God of War or something like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that involved. I mean, it's just like a regular game. You don't have to. I don't think people should be worried about. Oh, I don't know if I want to play a big story-driven game on my handheld. Oh, why don't we just get do the Unit 13 thing? I'm never going to care, but I don't know. For me, I really need at least some games that have the nice story, and the Uncharted. That's why I'm getting Uncharted.
Right.
Exactly.
But I think with Unit 13, I don't care.
It makes sense.
I don't care about the story.
I'm
and most
with
military shooters, I don't care about the story.
Exactly. It's generic enough already. So let's just play it and enjoy it.
Right.
I'm also looking forward heavily to Resistance.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Resistance fan. I'm more interested in this main character than I was in Capelli. Capelli, I don't really care about at all.
Right.
But I don't know his name, but he's a fireman. You get the fire axe. Like the first thing you get is a fire axe. That's really cool. Hopefully they can improve it.
I would say I'm more of a Killzone guy, so I'm looking forward to whatever the Killzone is going to be coming this year.
After Resistance 3, I'm looking forward to Killzone more, but I have a lot of hope that they can take the things I love from the other Resistance games and cram it all in there and make it good. I think they're both going to be fantastic.
Yeah, Retribution on PSP was outstanding.
It's going to be on Vita with Twin Stick.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yep.
It's excellent. It's a good game.
And it's going to be, you can put those filters on and stuff like that to make it look better. And just looking at screenshots of games, look umpteenth better.
Yeah, it really does.
So even aside from, day one, I'm only picking up maybe one, probably only one, maybe two games. I'm going to buy a bunch of stuff on the store.
Yeah, because Sound Shapes looks excellent. Escape Plan will be great.
Yep.
What else is there?
Super Stardust Delta.
Oh,
but obviously you're going to get that for free if you get the 3G version.
That was a must buy.
So
I just wish that they would remake Final Fantasy VII.
That's a whole other conversation.
I know.
But
if they did that for the Vita, though, that would be another one that would just, because I keep, I said something to someone one time about, they keep making all these games in HD nowadays. Why can't they do it to Final Fantasy VII? They remade, 2 and 3 on PSP and all that.
Right.
So
up-res those a little bit.
I'm just curious of why they can't, I realize you can't make a game that, was very low quality already into HD. You basically have to remake the whole thing. Great. Here's your opportunity.
Do it in the 13 engine.
Do it on Vita.
Yeah. To be honest, they're going to be remastering Final Fantasy X, and I'm really excited for that one because I love 10.
I forgot about that. That'll be really good.
And they,
they sucked.
Yeah, 10-2 did suck.
10-2, why'd you even bring it up? Because now I feel sick.
Well, that's because they're all basically menstruating on there.
Yep.
You can cut that out. I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm excited about 10, but I'm more excited about just future HD stuff on that screen.
Yeah, just remakes. Just name a game, remake it on Vita. It's better.
Yep.
We've said that before.
Einhander.
What is it?
Einhander.
Dude, yes.
Dude, if they remade that would be the best one.
Is that on the PSN? I think it is on PSN.
Is it on PSN?
I think so.
I would love to have the first game. I would love to have the game itself because apparently it's worth a lot of money.
Oh, it's a good game.
I want my. I know it's not going to be day one, but I want my PS1 classics compatible with.
I'm okay. I
Vita.
have 4 PSPs. I got that covered for now. But yeah, eventually that needs to happen.
I've got Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
I want to play those on my Vita. So
I play a lot of Twisted Metal too. Here's my question: are the PS2 games going to work? Are they going to make that happen? Because that would work, and that'd be great. There's a lot of PS2 games.
To be honest,
you don't need to remake it. The graphics would be just about where they need to be.
Right, and I know there's. I was listening to another podcast though, and they were saying that they were having an issue with downloading, certain games would say, "Oh, this doesn't work on the PlayStation Vita. You can't purchase it here." Mm-hmm. But then they would go and purchase it on their PS3, and then it would transfer to the Vita, and it would work fine. So I'm curious if it works for that game, which insert.
I don't know
insert the title because I don't remember what it was.
Hardware,
but if it's going to work on that one, why wouldn't it work on other ones? I'm just curious about that. But
I don't know enough about the hardware to say that.
But I don't know. We only have to wait, another 36 hours or so. And we'll have it in our hands. It's blackness and it's
Speaking
glossiness.
of that, did you guys see the video of the kid who thought he was a Super Saiyan?
I didn't. I saw the article. I didn't watch the video.
It's very funny. I feel bad because he's really serious about it. Like I can respect his conviction that
Okay.
he's all about it, and he's like
He's
you
that
know what?
passionate.
He's like, you know what? I believe. He's like that people can do whatever they want, and you put your mind to it, and it's gonna happen. He's like, if you believe in yourself, you can make anything happen.
And then he's like, Kamehameha.
And yeah, and then he takes his shirt off, and he's like, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan right now. He's like, I might not go full Super Saiyan, so don't be expecting it, but I think I'm gonna do it this time. And he just like yells and puts music on for like 4 minutes, and
Awesome.
he just looks at the camera.
Does
So-
anything change?
Not even an eyebrow.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, but I just
Some
wanted to
people are
mention
so
that.
pathetic.
Did he even get to Super Saiyan 4?
No, not even. He didn't even get to Super Saiyan 1.
Well, I didn't see it, so
Yeah.
it's possible, I guess, according to him.
So-
Yeah. Put your
I'm
mind
not making
anything.
fun of him. I can admire his passion about it, but
The
yeah,
closest
it was funny though. I
Still
couldn't help
funny,
but
yeah.
laugh. I could not help
It's like
but
Star
laugh.
Wars Kid.
Oh,
The
that could have
closest-
easily been me. Okay, I feel bad for Star Wars Kid.
The closest character you could be would be either Krillin or the one that taught Goku.
Piccolo?
No, not Piccolo.
He taught
well, I
Goku.
mean, if you got a green head.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was in Gohan. The top.
Oh,
the
Shrek.
King Kai.
King Kai, yeah. You could look like King Kai or
Goku, there's problem on Earth. That's
Or-
pretty good.
or
Or
Krillin.
apparently, to some people, I look like Shrek.
I don't know
after
who
I
would say
shaved.
that. No one
No,
would
sir.
say that.
No,
did you read the?
no one?
Did you read the little quote that I put by it?
No, what'd it say?
It said.
why don't you just put this up on the podcast?
It said, "Donkey, this is what Donkey's saying. Donkey, Shrek, please don't leave. Shrek, I'm sorry, but my time here is ogre."
That's awesome.
Super Playbox 64. Super Playbox 64. Super Playbox 64.
Of the rest of the year, what are some things you're looking forward to? I know we've said this before, but more closely to your heart. What are you looking
Is
forward
this
to?
me?
Anybody. Whoever answers first.
Certainly, Max Payne.
Okay.
Max Payne is a very special franchise for me, and very much like it. And I'm happy they took the extra time on it. So, Max Payne, faux show.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that excited, and then I started seeing these newer trailers for it, and it looks so cinematic, and like they got the old voice actor back.
It just fills your heart with joy.
Yes.
Does it fill your butt with anything? Angus!
I don't know what that means, but it probably does.
All right.
So, what about you, Android?
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Touched on Borderlands, touched on Metro before, but The Last of Us is looking really good.
Yeah.
Something that I'm really interested to see what the future is going to be for that.
Awesome. Me personally, I would have to say Darksiders 2. I am very excited for Mass Effect 3. We've already
We all are.
portrayed our excitement for that, but aside from that, really, I feel it's flying under the radar right now. I think there were a lot of people that really loved the game. I still have yet to finish it. I lost my game save, and I'm going to restart it and finish it on PC.
What are you? Please, PC.
I'm gonna
That's
put
what
it on
my question was
PC.
going to be. Yeah.
I want to finish it, but god damn, man, it looks awesome. I love the art style of that game. I've read multiple things that said Darksiders 2 or Darksiders 1 could fit in 1/4 of Darksiders 2, and now there's a whole loot system where you can change your armor, you can change your weapons out.
Including actual, guns now. So
Right.
You got that, a little bit of ranged weapons going on.
Right, and I've talked to some other people. They're like, well, it's still the combat from God of War. Well, okay, God of War perfected it. It didn't really steal it from because somebody did it before
Somebody did
God
it
of
for
War.
God of War for sure.
But
yeah.
God of War perfected it. So
True
okay,
that.
yeah, it stole that combat. And they were like, well, it stole the puzzle, the puzzles and shit like that, the exploration of Zelda.
Zelda.
Okay, well that's fine. It's blatant at it at times, but it's so goddamn good. I don't care. I really do not care that it says that.
I think if they're going to make that argument, they could make the same one with Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
Or even a Prince of Persia when it comes to the puzzles.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And Death looks like he's going to be such a badass character.
He looks
I'm
like
super
he looks like
excited.
a super buff Raziel.
From
Legacy of Kain.
yeah.
Soul Reaver.
Yep, Soul Reaver. Man, I would love to see a new Soul Reaver.
Soul Reaver.
God, that'd be so good. But Borderlands 2, like you said,
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 is going to be awesome.
Why
I'm
is it
anxious
not-
to see what kind of collector's edition they end up doing because
Yeah.
I know they were taking ideas for a collector's edition.
What's going on with Soul Reaver? Sorry to interrupt you, but Soul Reaver, we
know.
need a more Soul Reaver.
I don't know. Who originally made that game?
Wasn't it like I don't know what studio it was. Honestly, it was IDOS. Wasn't it who published it?
I don't
Was
know.
that, or was that the studio? I don't know how that works.
I don't either.
I don't remember. But I do know that I played the crap out of that game.
Yep.
And loved the crap out of it as well.
Hell yeah.
I was also watching a lot of James Bond movies at the time, so I would play Soul Reaver, but I'd go Soul Reaver. If you're a James Bond fan, you will understand that.
What if I'm not?
Goldfinger. Go check out the Shirley Bassey Goldfinger.
I've watched Austin Powers Gold Member.
Not the same.
It's not the same movie?
Not the same at all.
I thought it was a remake.
No, isn't it a sequel? It's a prequel. It takes place before, but it's in the same universe. I mean,
are you saying Gold Member and Goldfinger are in the same universe?
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
It's in the same universe for sure.
So one dude gets a gold finger and the other one gets a gold cock. Is that what you're
Cold
telling me?
and gold. Once it becomes gold, it is cold. This is correct.
Wow.
It's malleable. It's a malleable metal. Malleable. What's that word?
I think it's malleable.
Malleable?
I think I'm having an
Kinda like
aneurysm.
valuable.
I believe someone
Gold
said
member.
gold finger and gold member. are the
Gold
same
member.
universe.
Beyonce. She's in it. In
Does she
Goldfinger.
So is a lot of vagina, but you don't see her
Whoa,
running around.
whoa!
Of a lot of vagina.
No, that
It looks
I
like a
know.
big, hairy... Wieners. Get your wieners here.
Now we're quoting Austin Powers jokes.
There was another one. I know we didn't touch on it really at all, but I was hoping Metro would come out this year.
doesn't look like it is.
THQ's not looking great. I know before the podcast we were talking and I was reading something that's speculation that maybe THQ have some big hurts like big layoffs or shutting down after Darksiders 2 releases. Now that being said, I think somebody would instantly pick up Metro. There's even more than just that, but that's the first one that comes to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I mean, there's a team working on Homefront 2, which Homefront 1
Is it
sold
not the
well.
Crysis team? Is
but
it not?
It's in the Crysis engine. It's in Crytek 3 engine, but I don't know that it's the Crysis team working
Isn't it
on it.
Crysis? It's the other. It's Crytek UK or something, or I don't remember
Really?
the name of this. Isn't
Okay.
Isn't it Free Radical? I don't know. It's not actually Free Radical, but isn't it the people that
know.
it used to be? They kind of did not Crytek buy the Free Radical company and like all the. I don't know anymore.
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
I
either.
half read a news story one time.
How do
Somebody
you half
please
read something? I don't
please
get.
email us and tell us.
This is coming from the same person who thinks gold member and gold finger.
They're in the same universe. It's
no,
true.
They're not the same universe at all.
Look on the Wikipedia.
Wikipedia is always true.
Yes,
Jesus.
it's true. Okay, we all know it.
Let's just get this over with.
Okay.
I think this would be simpler. I want to go down this because what do you have pre-ordered right now?
What do I have pre-ordered?
Ooh. Well played.
I don't think I have anything.
Goldfinger member.
BioShock is the only thing, if anything.
Ooh, yeah.
What do you have pre-ordered?
I have Ninja Gaiden 3. I am excited for that
Is your
one.
Guy Dan?
Gaiden. Sorry. Gaiden. As long as I say guy and not gay. Because
You got that there Ninja Gaiden 3?
You got Ninja
I
Gaiden?
love Ninja Gaiden.
Oh yeah.
I've got Ninja Gaiden. I've got man. Most of my stuff's Vita related.
Yeah, mine's mostly Vita.
I know I've got. I mean, of course, Diablo 3. I'm still excited about that, but who the fuck knows? I mean, I could be dead before the damn game comes out. Guild Wars 2. I'm super stoked still about that. But again, same thing. Who knows when it's going to be released? Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four.
What? What are you talking
I don't know.
about?
What do you have pre-ordered? And maybe I'll be able to.
In order,
Mass Effect.
I have Mass Effect 3 and the Collector's Guide.
Of course.
Collector's Edition and the Guide. And then I have, immediately afterwards, I think a Silent Hill collection.
Mm.
And then you've got Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City and Silent Hill Downpour,
Yeesh.
supposedly. And then after that, Prototype 2.
I'm a terrible person.
And
Keep
then after
going.
that, or I also have Ninja Gaiden somewhere in March. I don't know which one
20th.
it is. Damn. So that's the same night.
Yeah.
God.
Shit.
Damn. All
Yep.
right. So I have to move some money. But I've got that, and then immediately after Prototype,
From a
I
Swiss
don't
bank
have
account.
anything until probably holiday. Halo 4, Borderlands, Metro.
I forgot. I mean, I don't know how as big a fan as I am. Resident Evil 6, man.
Yeah.
Dude, lock it down. I'm pumped. I'm excited for Operation Raccoon City. As we all know, though, it's Slant 6. Slant 6 doesn't have a very good record.
I've been questioning whether to keep that.
So,
but I figured if I didn't want to keep it, there's someone else that would want it that forgot to pre-order it. So.
Right.
And then I guess the only other thing after that I'm still waiting to pre-order would be XCOM.
Which one? Do you want the shooter or do you want the strategy? Okay. I do
want
too.
the shooter more than the strategy. I got to be honest with you.
Really?
I don't have the old school love of
God damn it,
of
and
the original XCOM. A lot of people do, but I've never played it.
Fucking hate talking to people. They're like, "Oh fuck the new XCOM. It's not really old XCOM." You know what? Fuck. You know
don't
who fucking
play it.
Yeah, don't play. It's the same thing. You know, there. How come we didn't hear this outcry about Fallout 3?
I'm sure we did.
We did a little bit, but not as not as much. Maybe just not from the same people.
That's what separates. Yeah, that's what separates people from the real fans to the bullshitters.
Here's the best thing you could say that I didn't come up with this. I saw it on an internet. Okay.
Which one?
One of them.
Which internet was it?
One of the many. I've said this to you a couple times recently, but it's okay to not like things, but don't be a dick about it.
You know,
that's the golden rule when it comes to video games.
It's funny you say that because that's going to take us right into our next section.
For future reference.
God, that's gay. For future reference, if you don't like something, I get it. That's fine. You don't have to like everything that I like. For instance, when somebody doesn't appreciate or is not passionate about video games as I or you two are, that's fine. You can like something else. You can, if you're not passionate about anything, that's your prerogative. But don't be a fucking ass about the fact that I'll give you the example. I talked to somebody. I'll give you the exam. I talked to somebody, and it was a mother, and she was saying she didn't understand why her kid played video games all the time, and why she was buying, why she would go out and buy these games for her kid, and he was just wasting his fucking time. And I believe she did curse. I don't know if she dropped the F-bomb, but it doesn't matter. And I looked at her. I was in the same store as her, and I said, well, to be honest, ma'am, I grew up playing video games. I turned out perfectly fine. I said I got good grades throughout high school. I have a good job now. So, to be honest, I kind of take offense to what you're saying. Well, I didn't play video games, and I turned out just fine too. And I looked at her. I said, "Ma'am, I understand. I get that, but nobody's arguing that you can't be normal if you don't play video games. But what you're saying is you don't understand why he has to play video games. So, back to what you said. It's fine not to like something, but don't be a fucking dick about it.
Amen.
And for future reference.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Ann? You got anything for future reference?
Sure.
Okay.
For future reference, when we're going to do for future reference, give me a little bit of notice.
You had due notice. I talked for about... I fucking talk.
You sound like Schwarzenegger struggling with the line.
Notice.
You had do notice. What is the line?
Yeah, do notice. I talked for like 3 minutes. What's your retort to that now, Goldfinger?
It's the same universe.
I'm done.
Okay. So what about you? You got it for future reference this week?
My for future reference is...
Month, whatever you want to do it.
For this time.
This episode.
For future reference, I have discovered that I am now more interested in having fun with a game than it being a chore. So I've rediscovered arena-style first-person, shooters, deathmatch, Quake, Unreal Tournament. I've been playing a lot of Nexius, and Zonotic is the one, and it's free to play. It's excellent. Check it out. I highly recommend it to everyone. But I've realized that I enjoy those more now than, say, Call of Duty, Battlefield, the things I had been previously playing. I'm actually having fun with Zonotic. And every time I play Call of Duty, it's like a chore. Like, I got to do this to level up. All I'm concerned about is leveling up. I'm not really concerned about having a good time while doing it. So I'm not always going to have a good time. Now, I may have fun anyway with Call of Duty. It's still fun. But the whole mentality is different when playing that.
I get that.
So when playing Zonotic, I'm only there to kill and have a good time.
Similar to when we were playing Gotham City Imposters.
Right, exactly.
I didn't care that I died.
Exactly. I'm not worried about my freaking KDR.
Yep.
So yeah, for future reference, make games that are fun, not games that I need to stress out about.
I get that.
So,
I like that because Zonotic and Gears of War are in the same universe.
They are.
The
They just take
exact
place-
same
Well,
universe.
Sonic
It's the
and
same
Halo.
universe,
It's
but
a prequel
It's a different
to
dimension.
Zoonotic.
It's a different dimension, and they've confirmed this. Okay,
Okay.
it's true.
Yeah.
I was waiting for more of an explanation there. But
I was
going to
keep
just
going
end it with
but
that.
We might as well because everyone knows it's fake.
Okay, well, I will say, games like Resident Evil Revelations, the episodic content, they've done it right. We have not. So,
You know who else hasn't? Valve.
yeah. So our next episode will be much more prompt than this one. This is 3 in like the last 6 months. So, look forward to it. And we do have a new sound effect. We're going to play it. It's going to be a lot easier. If you listen to this and you've listened to it all the way through, then all you have to do is shoot us an email. It's superplaybox64@gmail.com.
And you can email us about anything,
Anything.
Anything we talk about, if you hated it, if you liked
Dude,
it.
I would love to hear people
please,
just fucking flame us.
We'll
That'd be
talk
awesome.
to you with love. Just please email us.
Yes. Okay.
We're
So
lonely
without
here.
further ado, here is the sound effect. Now I'll play that one more time for those of you who accidentally hit the mute button or
Turn this off.
yeah, just don't do that again. One more time for everyone. All right. Again, it's superplaybox64@gmail.com. Send us, shoot us an email.
There will
give
be
us
a
some of
prize
your-
if
there
you
will be
know
a
the name of that
prize.
sound. If you know what game. It's a game, correct?
It is a game.
Right.
It is from a game.
If you know where it came from,
Just shoot us an email. We'll I don't know. We'll
hook you up.
send you a
Signed-
game or something. I don't know. We'll give you something.
Signed copy from this cast
Yes.
of Gold Member.
Yes.
How about and a photo?
And
we'll
a
send you
photo.
a signed photo.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be hand drawn sketch. Of
Yes.
course, on toilet paper that
So.
may or may not have been already used.
I'm okay with that.
So
All right. Well, until
I
next
just want to
time.
thank before we go. I
I'm
want to
sorry.
thank Android for providing the delicacies.
This is the second time in a row he's brought us all something delicious to eat. Well, the first time he ordered it, but it was still delicious to eat regardless.
It's homemade, delicious.
I noticed you didn't eat any, but that's okay because you're in a different universe than the rest of us.
I am.
And to be
It's
honest,
confirmed.
I wouldn't mind having maybe getting a fourth. Maybe get another opinion. I don't know. I don't know who.
On what?
I don't know.
What are
Video
we talking
games.
about?
For the next episode.
Maybe
Maybe get a
on
fourth.
what?
Maybe get a fourth person. And maybe I don't know. Just mix it up a little bit. Keep it going.
Future. Anyway, I am Pink Stuff.
Wonder Boy Jones.
Android.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
Super Playbox 64. Super Playbox 64.